Are you recording?
Okay, I'm recording.
All right, so we got two topics, and if you want to add to it, that's fine.
Okay.
The one thing I wanted to talk about was, I know we keep going back and forth about Khan Academy.
Right.
Okay, so we have kind of like educations spattered all over the internet, little videos that teach you things, right?
Yeah.
We have homeschool, which is kind of a conservative thing, and you know, moms do it for their children, blah, blah, blah. And that's difficult for people. And then we also have public school, where you show up and you're there all day and most of the day is wasted. Okay?
Right.
But nobody has really established online school, which is kind of interesting concept. I don't know. I don't know if we're there yet. I don't know if the quality's there, the quantity's there, the structure. But and once again, neither one of us are fans of Khan Academy, but they seem to be kind of forging the way, at least moving the big boulders out of the way.
Right, right.
So whoever follows should be just doing fine, the number two.
Right, right.
What do you think of, since the education system needs to be completely torn down and rebuilt, what do you think about educating kids online?
Okay, well, the first thing is, let's talk about Khan Academy, right? The problems with Khan Academy are basically all the problems you have in school, right? You see, the only difference is you're not looking at the back of the teacher's head, right? It's the same kind of, you know, on a whiteboard, on a chalkboard, or remember the overhead projectors when we were in school?
Yeah.
Overhead projectors. It's pretty much just blah, 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 and writing as you do it. If you watch any of the Khan Academy videos, you'll see that you just cannot, you can't read what he's writing. If you were to like fast forward into the middle of one of his videos and just stop it with not having seen him write everything, you couldn't read 90% of what he's written. It's basically what we had from teachers just on the internet. And that's typically the first generation of anything that you try to automate, is you basically take a paper system and you put it into an electronic form, or you take something that's offline and you put it online. You never really look at it and say, well, how does it work in this new paradigm? And so that you see that all the time in the first generation of something. So it suffers from the first generation of online training. There are sites like lynda.com and Kelby Training for photography that, and lynda.com is programming and Photoshop and
a lot of things. They get
a lot
bigger
of different,
and bigger.
a lot of different creative tools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's a great website, but that costs. Same thing with Kelby Training for photographers. It's a great website, have great videos, but it costs. For kids to learn stuff, you need something that's free. You need something that is conceptual and not problem-oriented. The problem with all the Khan Academy stuff is it doesn't really give me any conceptual.
Let's stop there. Let's stop there a minute. Free. Why does it have to be free? I'm paying $500 for private school a month for my kid. Why does it have to be free? Why can't we fund it to improve it?
Well, I'll tell you, there's no reason why it has to be. It could be funded by advertising, but it should be free to the people who are using it. Think about it. If you have one person, let's say you find the person who explains algebra better than anybody on the planet, right?
Right.
You get them in front of a camera, they record it, and then for all time, forever, for everyone on the earth,
shot, right.
One time you have the best explanation of algebra, and everybody watches that. And then when they go to school, the teachers are there to aid the students in the problems and doing the problems and in helping them in any areas they don't understand. You don't need the teachers in the classroom to be the best teacher at any particular subject, but you could get a collection of the best.
You get, yes, the best of the best.
The best of the best for each subject matter. Put them online, make it free, and then teachers in classrooms are supplemental to that. They're not the primary source of teaching. I learned so much online. I mean, how much do you learn online?
More than I learned in school, dude.
Exactly.
I mean,
much more.
They say homeschooling only takes 2 hours a day. That's how much time's wasted in taking down people's names, taking roll, disciplining kids in school, lunches, recesses, changing classrooms. There is so much time wasted at school. It's unbelievable. It's just a babysitting service right now. That's what it's become.
Well, the problem is with homeschooling, that's a method that works, but it doesn't scale. You can't have everybody homeschooled, so it doesn't scale. The problem with public school is that it is at a scale, and it's at a scale where they're just taking you and they're packaging you up and saying, okay, you're 7-year-olds should know these things. So you're all packaged up as one big like assembly line moving through whatever grade 7-year-olds are in, right? And that's it, okay? And if you miss out, oh well, too bad. It's like the wheel didn't get put on the automobile. Oh well, keep going. The other problem is they teach things in a vacuum. Things are taught in a vacuum. I took calculus, right? I went in and I didn't really understand why I'd taken all this math all the way up to calculus. Luckily, I was good at it. But it wasn't until I got into physics that it's like, oh, finally, now I know why I even bothered taking all this. Some people don't have that same affinity for math, right? They don't even know why. My daughter doesn't even know why. Why am I taking it? Why do I need all this stuff? And it's like, well, you need.
Oh wait, that's
for...
half a school, dude.
Right, I know.
Why'd we take metal shop? Were we going to be blacksmiths? Seriously?
Right. Don't get me started on that. But okay, remind me
Drafting.
to come back to that.
Did you build that house yet, Joel?
Exactly. You know, it's like, okay, here's something. I wanted to go back to this. Penmanship. Why do we still teach that? Why is that taught? Okay.
Dude, you're going in an area that's totally my.
Why?
I just hate it.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Oh, cursive. My son had to do cursive the whole year.
That's what I mean. Why is that important? Nobody does it. Everyone types. Well, typing is important. That should be taught, right?
That should be taught in the beginning.
Yeah, before anything, practically. I mean, writing.
What's next year? Hieroglyphics? Ooh.
Exactly. And then the other thing is, why isn't like personal finance taught to kids? How to balance your checkbook? How to, things.
How about laundry?
Yeah.
How about how to...
Well, your parents could teach you that. I mean, you're going to get that at home.
Their parents don't even know how to do laundry, dude, because they weren't taught.
Right. Well, in any case, laundry doesn't. I just don't see that in school.
Well, those are life lessons. We need a class called life lessons.
Right.
You gotta love the. And I'm trying to wrap this up, but it's so much to talk about. You gotta love when they give you one easy example.
Oh God, I hate that.
One example. That's all the book gives you. You can't explain to me, and they don't do the hardest example. They do the easiest.
Right.
So you get to problem 45, and you're like, "What the hell?"
Okay, here's another thing. Let's go to math. Okay, because math's my favorite subject.
I love math.
To slam because it's done so poorly. Okay, a couple things. I'm just gonna riff on a few things. Okay, number one, the examples are super duper easy, right? And then you get hard problems. Number two, why are only the odd answers in the back? I want all the answers in the back. In fact, I want all the answers, and I want all the problems fully solved out, right? Because it's not about some kids will cheat. So because like a few kids will cheat, everybody suffers and gets poor grades. The kids who cheat, they're going to do poorly. So they're going to do poorly no matter what. So you take the fact that that's going to happen and you punish everybody for it, right? That's the problem.
That's another problem is school loves that whole, well, we can't punish one person, we'll punish everybody. Right, and we'll somehow blanket punishment will get the person who should be punished.